Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. My name is Doug Stryker, and I'm CEO of Savvy Training and Consulting. Today is Thursday, October 19th, and this is being recorded. If anybody has any thoughts or questions, comments, you can drop them into the chat or the questions panel that is being monitored, and I'll be able to address those if we are able to. So the purpose of today is to do a quick overview of the SavvyAcademy Learning Management System powered by LearnUpon. So thanks everyone for being here. The LMS portal comes in essentially four different roles, four different flavors. They are the learner, the instructor, the manager, and the administrator. I'm going to go through mostly the learner and the manager today and give everybody a little sense of what the Savvy LMS can do for you. So to begin, I'm going to log in as Jasmine. So the LMS does support, of course, single sign-on, and in that case, you would not need to enter your password, but you don't have to do single sign-on. You can have it enabled for people to have another password if you choose. When I land so I'm logged in as Jasmine, you can see my picture in the top right, and I am a learner at a law firm. I am an attorney, I'm an associate, I'm a paralegal, I'm staff, I'm a learner. And when I hop into the LMS, I land on my dashboard. And there's a few very cool things that I want to highlight in the dashboard. The first is that we've got these banners, these sliders, and currently we can have 3 of these on the learner dashboard. And you can drop into these, into these banners anything you want, your own images, your own links to internal or external resources. We've got a bunch of stuff that we've preloaded in here. So maybe I just want to see, all right, what's new in the webinars? And I can pop up, oh, here's what's new. And then from here, I can actually click these links and go directly to those courses if I want to. I can also see on my dashboard that I've got some work to do. I am enrolled in 40 courses, and those 40 courses are right here: Adobe Creating PDFs Live, Application Window, Excel all versions, etc. So I've got a bunch of course work, a bunch of learning that I need to do. I can also look at the courses, the 38 courses that I have completed. And when I look at these 38 courses that I've completed, I can see that I apparently failed the new hire training. But I've got other things in here: HR policy acknowledgement. There's a signature component coming in Q4 of this year. And if I need to go back into any courses that I have completed, I can just click relaunch. These courses can all come with credits and certifications and certificates. And if I want to look at the certificates that comes with it, now, of course, if you're under the Savvy umbrella, we will brand these. No, I don't want to do that, but I do want to do this. We will brand these to your law firm, your logo, your color scheme. We can drop different kinds of information in the corners and in the embedded certificate itself. Learners don't need to print those out or track those. The LMS, everything that happens in it, is trackable and reportable. So I've got my 40 courses that I'm enrolled in, the 38 courses that I have completed. I am also on one learning path. I am on Excel 2016 Basics. So we all know that modules make up courses and courses make up learning paths. And this learning path is a collection, in this case, of 10 separate courses, but instead of needing to enroll in 10 individual courses, I can enroll in one learning path that links all of these courses together. And in this sequence, I've got these 10 to do in Excel 2016. And as soon as I complete E16 102, I'll be automatically enrolled in the next course. Now, we've got ways that we can space that out and time it, so you don't need to be immediately enrolled in the next course. We can wait a few days or do it on date certain, etc. Anytime I get lost in the LMS, I just go back to the top left and I click on the logo, and I'm back on my dashboard. And I think a lot of people know how our courseware is created in Adobe Captivate, but I want to show the linking of it. So let's go to font formatting in Word 2021. And in this particular course, we have 6 modules. We've got the e-learning video for 5 minutes, 11 seconds. We've got the graded quiz. We have the quick reference guide, the topical manual, the workbook, and the exercise file, the practice document. Now, if I want to look at what the actual content is, I can click on content, and I'm going to start with the QRG. And these are attempts to be quick reference guides. This one happens to be 2 pages. I can highlight this little box right here, make it full screen, and I can go through and look at, okay, how do I do X, Y, and Z? Now, under the Savvy umbrella with the content library, all of this content comes to you in its native format, whether we created it in Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Captivate, you get those native files, which means that you can edit those as much as you want, repost them to the LMS with your logo. You can swap out screenshots, do whatever you want. This little box on the far right says download. That can be locked out, so we can prevent people from downloading things to their desktop if that's what you want them to do. When I click on the topical manual, this is 8 pages. The QRG was 2 pages, and this has more information, prettier screenshots. Goes a little bit deeper into the content itself of how to do X, Y, and Z, and I like that a lot. Here is the e-learning video. I'm already enrolled in this course, which means I can click resume, and it has to go to space and back, so it's going to take a second. But all of these are built in Adobe Captivate, which means that I can, once it loads, I can pop to any of the segments within this file, and maybe I don't want to learn about font group or live preview. I only want to learn about the format painter. So I click on that, and voila.
If you want to copy font formatting.
Now there's voiceover on all of the Savvy videos, but because I only have one speaker here, I can hear it. You cannot, which is why I muted it. And the closed captioning as well. So I'm going to click Save and Exit. Thank you very much. Back to the dashboard. Enrolled courses, completed courses, learning paths. We've got the ability to have pending review, which means that an instructor or a manager or administrator needs to approve whatever the learner posted into their LMS from somewhere. And I need to, as the administrator of this person or the manager of this group, I will need to approve this content, whatever it was, and then it will load on their learner record. We also have the ability to pull in content from other places, or pull in, the question is, can you do CLE credit? The answer is yes. So as a learner, I can post in here the CLEs that I've taken, and then somebody needs to approve these as well, and then they go into my learner record from external training. A few other fun things on the dashboard is my live sessions. So these are the courses or the ILTs that I'm enrolled in. So right now I'm enrolled, 24 October, coming up next week, Adobe creating PDFs, and I can pop to November. I'm not in anything, but that's okay. So let's go and take a look at Adobe creating PDFs, and I can see what this course is that I'm enrolled in. It's on 24 October. I've got what kind it is, what time zone, the description of the ILT. We are going to teach you how to create PDFs. I'm very excited. And then at the bottom, I can join the session. Voila, those are my live sessions. The LMS has the ability to do gamification, and it can be really fun. And I can see where I rank. Now, Jasmine is our demo person, so clearly Jasmine is in the top 5 and the number 1 because Jasmine does so much work. But all these badges I've collected in my learning, 310 badges. And I've got different kinds of badges for gamification, different point structures. It comes preloaded with these images, but you can always swap them out to any kind of imagery sequencing that you want, any kind of point structure that you want. So a lot of entertainment can go into the gamification component of the LMS. People ask, well, how do I get enrolled in courses? Well, there's really two ways. One is that as a learner, I am voluntarily interested, and I voluntarily find the courses that I'm curious about, and I enroll in those myself. The other way is administratively, and I'll show you that in a little bit. When I click on catalog, this is all the content that I am able to see as a learner. With that being said, the LMS can be partitioned off into different groups, and different groups can have rights and attributes so that a person in real estate Miami might have access to different content than somebody in litigation Chicago. So we can license and lock down content to different groups. But these are all the courses and learning paths and sessions that I can enroll in. And I can say, all right, let's take a look. Oh, there's so much here. What am I going to do? Do I want Adobe? Do I want anything else? Well, you know what? I need to go and filter a little bit better. And I can go into the categories and hone in on content that I'm curious about today. So today I am going to be interested in, Office 2021. And I'm going to look at all the content that we have for Office 2021, and there's all the Word stuff, and that's great. There's lots of pages here. You know what? I need to go in and a little bit further. I'm going to look in Table. And what do I have? When I type in, right, everything has been keyworded in here for the Savvy content. Very easy to keyword stuff on your own and make it findable for people. But this is everything in Office 21 in Word that correlates to the word table. So now I am I've already failed that one. I should probably take this again. So I'm going to go to Word 2021, 301 table of contents, and I'm already enrolled in it. So I'm going to reattempt this course, and I'm going to jump right into it. Here's the practice document, another exercise document, and so on. So in a sense, that is how I go into the catalog, and I can find courses or learning paths that I'm curious about, and I can enroll in those. So let's take a look. I am a new hire, and I'm going to enroll myself in the new hire learning path for attorneys. All I have to do, click enroll. Yes, I'm sure. And voila, I am enrolled in that course, and I can jump right into it. I can also look at sessions. These are ILT sessions, live trainings that are coming up that I have the ability to enroll in. And you can see right off that there is new hire training on the 25th, 27th, 30th, and some finance training. So I'm going to hop in and I'm going to do the UCC filings Houston. Oh, this is so great. These are live trainings. I'm going to jump into new hire training. Fantastic. So these are all the ones that I can enroll in. And then lastly are recommended courses. These are courses that are recommended to me based on the ratings and reviews of other people in my organization. So for whatever reason, people really think that I need Slide Masters and PowerPoint, but also matters in DeskSite 9.3, not anymore, and Format Data in Excel 2019. So I can go into any of those courses as well. Another button is resources. So resources in the LMS, users can have access to anything that is a resource without being enrolled in a course. And we can categorize the resources based on whatever categories you want them to be. So I think we can customize these to up to 30 or 40 different categories. I can filter on, well, what can I download? Right, I only want to look at stuff that I can download. I can look at the Employee Information Handbook. I can look at Outlook 2016, Skype for Business, any of that stuff. Maybe I only want to look at things that are videos. Look, here's a fantastic Welcome to the Firm video. I can download it and I can watch it right there as a resource. The last button is the forum. Honestly, not that many of the Savvy clients use this, but it's a great feature that can be used. And this is more like an internal facing social media site for people to talk together about, you know, what are the courses that we need in the LMS? What does IT need to do? Here's some training dates that I can, you know, these cards that I can create as an administrator and talk about, oh, let's talk about client lunch recommendations, or where do we have, you know, catering discounts? I'm hosting a meeting, what restaurants are nearby where we've got discounts. Everybody tracking with me pretty well so far? That's great, because you're all on mute. I can also download my training history, and this is really important. I'm going to do it as a PDF for now, so we can look at it. When I download my training history, this is everything that I have done in the LMS, and let's make it just a little bit bigger. So I can look at all the training that I have done, right, and what I've completed, and whether, let's see, there's one in here where I have attended, right? So I attended the Cravath in-person class, but this is what it shows is all of the completions or attendings, what date I was enrolled in it, either voluntarily or administratively, what date I completed it, if there was a quiz or exam, what % score I got on that quiz or exam, and then a pass-fail based on the passing threshold of that individual quiz or exam. And those can all be modified. So there are cases where you want your preventing harassment training to have a 10-question quiz at the end of it. Any answers, you have to get all of them correct in order to pass the course, 100% passing. But maybe you just need find and replace in Word 2021, and passing is anything over 10%, right? So you can customize all of that as you desire as well. That's it for the learner perspective. I'm going to log out as Jasmine, and I'm going to log in as Lou. If I can remember how to do that. And I can. So Lou is a manager, and I'm now Lou. I manage humans, and those humans are in groups in the firm, and those groups are created either organically in the LMS, or they can come over through the syncing with Active Directory and single sign-on. So a few things that I want to highlight in Lou as the manager. I've got a few more things that I can look at, and I can also minimize this and just look at the icons. But as Lou, if you remember on Jasmine had the dashboard and catalog and a forum and resources. Lou, as the manager, has a lot more that he can do as a manager. Lou's got access to the library. That's where everything lives in the LMS. Lou's got reports, the new ILT Center, which is super cool, enrollments and users. So I'm going to start off, and let's see actually what Lou has in his live sessions. Lou is too busy working and is not signed up for anything. That's okay. We understand how busy Lou is. Lou also has 101 courses that he's enrolled in, 21 that he's completed, 3 learning paths, and 0 external training. And of course, Lou is still an employee of the firm, which means that Lou should probably do a few of these courses that he's enrolled in, or their manager is going to get upset. I want to look at users, right? So these are the humans that I manage in their groups. And I can go in and I can look at my humans and see what they're up to. So I can go in and let's look at Jasmine. I was just Jasmine. And I can see some really good information about Jasmine, what date she was created, what date she last signed in on, how many times she signed in, what time zone she's in, and account expiration. Perhaps Jasmine is a summer intern or whatever, and we need to expire them on a certain date. We can code that in the LMS so that they don't have access to it once they're back in school or whatever, but they can always live in the LMS because maybe we'll hire them when they're out of school or bring them back next summer and just reactivate them, and it keeps all of their content and reporting. I can see what recent activities Jasmine has done, right? This will be pretty clear because I logged in as her. 18 minutes ago, I launched a bunch of courses. I got a Hungry for Knowledge badge. I logged out. I can see what courses Jasmine's enrolled in, all of those 41 courses, but I can do a few other things as her manager. I can say that new hire attorney onboarding, you know what? I can look at the details of that course. I can unenroll her, set her as complete, give that course an expiration date, or I can give that course for Jasmine a due date. which means that she now has due dates, reminders, notifications, and she's in that due date ecosystem. I'll talk more about that in a minute as well. I can see what groups Jasmine is a member of. She's a member of Boston, Boston Associates, and Life Sciences. And if gamification is turned on, I can see all of her intel about her point structure and her badges and what she has gotten recently. So I go back to users and I can look at other people and I can look at Jesse and I can look at Jesse's profile and here he is. Oh, this is great. So I can see all sorts of stuff about Jesse as a user. The important thing about users is that I can administratively enroll them in courses or learning paths or ILT sessions. So when I search for courses, let's see, what am I going to play with today? I'm going to play with iManage, and I'm going to enroll, let's see, the Work 10 web client. I'm going to do documents in iManage. I'm going to do a security awareness training for new hires. I'm going to do a Word course, tips and tricks for law firms. That was actually a great webinar that has Colorado CLE credit. So there are 4 things here. They could be courses, they could be learning paths, they could be ILT sessions. I can enroll either individual humans or groups. And I like doing groups because it's easier and I'm lazy. So I'm going to enroll anybody who's in the partner group. And it says 3 users, it could be 3, it could be 30, 300, 3,000, really doesn't matter. And I'm going to re-enroll them if they're completed. No, I'm not going to do that. When I click enroll on the bottom right, anybody who's a member of that group is about to get an email that they're enrolled in these 4 things. Those 4 items are going to go as the top 4 things on their dashboard. If any of these are ILT sessions, they will get an Outlook calendar invitation that they need to accept. And they are now in that ecosystem of due dates, reminders, notifications, etc. I'm going to talk about that in a little bit as well. So that is easily how to enroll mass groups of people in content. When I go to reports, I'm going to go to advanced reports. Let's say I'm going to create a report, and I'm going to create, we've got lots of canned reports in here, but you can also customize your own reporting. So I'm going to look at just a course status report, and I can look at 1 course, multiple courses, or all courses. Let's do that. But I can also filter on date ranges. Maybe I only care about what's happening in Q3, right? So I only want to know from, what was that? July 1st through September 30th. And I can sub-filter by groups, and I can sub-filter again by statuses. So maybe I only want to look at partners who are past due. That's always a fantastic report. Or Boston Associates who have not started. I'm going to run the whole thing and see what I come up with. And look at that. I've got in this report 38 no starts, 6 in progress, 4 completed, 1 passed, 1 failed, 7 that are past due. Now I can go through and click directly through and see who is past due, but I can also look down and see it here. So let's say the HR policy acknowledgement, Jasmine was enrolled on February 9th, started it and completed it, etc. But maybe I need to send her some information, and the LMS has a feature where I can message them directly through the LMS, and that can be very useful at times. The other thing I wanted to point out is we've got this great ability in the background to create this custom user data, this metadata that lives behind the scenes. And all of this is customizable. And I can, choose I can have office location, job role, practice group, day admitted to the bar, and all of those fields are customizable and can be used to enroll or trigger learning based on whatever criteria we want to map to that. So if we wanted to map New York real estate partner to content that was also coded to a New York real estate partner, when they come into the LMS, they can be automatically enrolled in that content. So that can be a gigantic time saver for new hires and all sorts of other cases as well. The ILT Center, people are very curious about how it works, and it's great. So let's look at test 2. So what I've got in the ILT Center is how do we as trainers actually get people to go to training, and we can set them up in the LMS. We've got, the learner registration, multiple sessions, single sessions, etc. And I can pop through and just create any kind of ILT training that I want, whether it's new hire training, new hire onboarding, recurring training, multiple, ILT sessions over the course of days or month, and so on. So we can do all sorts of that amazing stuff. What else do I want to look at in here? My life said I want to look at courses real quick. We're going to look at, let's do a sample course. So behind the scenes on the LMS, we have the ability to create courses, and let's just call this Doug's Demo. And I'm going to use the awesome password. I'm going to keyword it, training, Word, LTA, Excel. I'm going to do it all, right? I'm going to remember to click save. That's important. And within the course that I'm creating, whatever it might be, I can add in a course description, course objectives. I can add images to that course, which is always nice as people look at it. I can add in custom course data. I'm going to say that this is a general training. You're going to get a CLE credit. It's going to be in Denver, if that'll work. And this is going to be a one-on-one training on ethics. Yeah, let's go for that. Good. So, and now I can add in the certs and credits. I'm going to give this one CLE credit, and I'm also going to give it a certificate of achievement. But maybe this certificate, this course expires. Maybe it's a harassment course of some kind. I'm going to expire it in a year, but because I'm a nice guy, I'm going to auto re-enroll them 30 days before this one gets expired. I'm going to save that as well. I'm a big fan, as a lot of you know, I'm a big fan of due dates and reminders. That's how I sort of run my life. But I can do in the LMS 2 different things. I'm not a fan of valid periods in here, but I am a fan of due dates. So I'm going to say 15 days after you were enrolled in this course, it is due. Or maybe this thing is in response to an audit or whatever, and I'm going to say this course is due on Thanksgiving. Haha. So we have that. So I've got that in here. And then lastly, I am going to give notifications and reminders. I'm going to let them know when they've completed, passed, or failed. And I'm going to send them those due date reminders 5 days before and 1 day before. And also when they're overdue, I'm going to give them more reminders. So this is like the nagging feature in here. We can say, you can't let us know that you didn't know that you had to do this stuff because we sent you no fewer than 5 emails about it. We can also do ILT session reminders and enrollments and a whole lot of other things I won't go into now, but different template packages for the wording of the custom emails that go out. Sounds good. So I've got 2 minutes left, and I'm going to hold those 2 minutes and say thank you all for coming. Did I see any questions or anything? Perfect. So this is a lot, but also not very much. There's a whole lot more that the SavvyAcademy LMS can do. I wanted to give some very quick highlights over some of the main features of the LMS, but there's a lot more deeper dives that we can go into, from ILT sessions to learning paths to CLE credit, to enrollments and reminders, course building, ILT session building, linking to internal and external contents, APIs, webhooks, you name it, it's all there. So that being said, thank you for being here. My name's Doug Stryker. You can find us on the web at www.savvytraining.com. Have a great afternoon and evening, everybody. Thank you.